career?
So, first question, coming from the islands, coming into the U.S. market, how did that first start, and how did you get in?
For me, it started in Southern California, where we kind of, my family immigrated to the United States, and I started a real small wrestling school that taught pro wrestling and lucha libre, and after about a year of training, I found my first contract in Japan, and from Japan to the United States to here. So I mean, it's been a long journey, but it's been pretty good.
Joe, your career everywhere, all around the world, and for many years you've been outspoken of how WWE maybe wouldn't have hired you back like 10, 15 years ago. You had to work hard, you coming back from NXT. Now with NXT being established, what did you gain from that experience?
Well, a couple things. I helped establish a third brand, a touring brand in WWE. I mean, NXT is very much part of the WWE universe, and it's a powerhouse. I mean, they got tremendous athletes out there, and I'm very, very happy to kind of be a part of that evolution of that place down there. And as far as here, I mean, just I've been enjoying my time on the main roster, and then the stuff they've been putting in front of me. So keep going from there.
And you've been in the ring with guys like Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and then other high flyers like AJ Styles, and you've been able to adapt to each of their styles. What have you been able to attribute that to, like your in-ring work, to work with anybody on the roster?
A lot of it's just world experience. If you start your career and you're wrestling in Japan, Mexico, United States, you're going to have a working knowledge of all three styles, which do have very big differences, especially United States to Mexico. There's a lot of technical differences in the style and how things are done. So having a base knowledge of these styles, it helps you when you come up here, because obviously we hire athletes from all over the world, from all different styles of professional wrestling, and your ability to mesh with them is pretty much based on your experience, and if you worked with those types of styles before, and that's pretty much been the biggest thing.
Just a final question for me. You're on TV like playing the heel, and some guys when they come out they're supposed to be like the bad guy, but they get cheered. You've been able on the microphone to get the crowd to just boo you out the building. So do you think that's a lost art, being a heel in today's wrestling market?
I mean, I wouldn't say a lost art, but it's a difficult art, and it's not one that many people can do, because going out in front of a crowd of people, it takes a lot of self-ego mastery. You have to be able to kind of pull yourself out of the situation and know that I'm going out there to elicit a reaction from my crowd. And, a lot of people have a lot of trouble with that. A lot of people really, it's funny, but, people say, I could be a mean person, be booed by a lot of people. And then, they get out there and they get booed and they don't quite like it. It doesn't feel right. And I think my biggest thing is I've always approached it that every time I go out there, I'm out there to pick a fight, and I don't care what anybody thinks of how I pick it. And it seems to resonate with the fans, so it's all good.
First question is similar to his last one. You are a heel, but people are praising you. Your song, Joe. Can we see your name as Samoa Joe, please?
I guess it's in the mind of the fans. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks, and we'll kind of go from there.
You challenge many wrestlers in the years in WWE. Maybe it's kind of
I think consistently, a guy that I've faced several times is probably AJ Styles. Just because, like I said, when I talk about me kind of trotting around the world, getting my experience, well, AJ was right there with me, and he was picking up the same type of experience in the same places. So, anytime we've gotten in the ring together, we usually push ourselves pretty hard.
That's story I'm with you. The styles and the styles and the best.
As far as in ring, yeah.
So, you're a big guy, but yet so athletic, because you pull out moves that normally a big guy wouldn't be able to get done what kind of training do you go through to be able to perform at that level?
A lot of it is martial arts training. You know, if it's high flying stuff, it's just a lot of the, there's a lot of principles in lucha libre that, it is a high flying style and an art, but there is also a tremendous amount of technicality to it and a tremendous amount of technique. And I think honestly, with aside from maybe like a really, really Japanese technical shoot style, like the lucha libre style is probably one of the most difficult to master, and but it does help you become more agile. So it's a lot of the drills and a lot of the techniques that you use are very agility focused, and kind of coming up with that background, being so close to Mexico, it definitely helped.
As of late, there has been a redeveloped line with Roman Reigns, and you, where do you think that storyline is going to develop? Because
I think in general, Roman and I will always have a pretty contentious relationship, but as far as showing a touch of compassion to him last week, I mean, if you see somebody get hit by a car, it's always a good idea just to make sure they're all right, just to make sure the cops don't start talking to you about why things happened the way they did. So I was just getting an alibi.
So one of the things that has developed, and being in that group, because you guys are all from one particular region of the world, I imagine the friendships that develop along the line are more unique than with all the rest of
it. Mostly based on common experience, and I think that's, you meet any of your fellow countrymen, you kind of have that same type of kinship. And, coming up in the Samoan family is very, very tough. It's a very physical, family environment. And, we all understand kind of, we've all grown up with a lot of the same characters in our lives. So yeah, there is a bit of familiarity there.